All right, hey guys, Jason here, and yep, you read the thumbnail and the title correctly. I did. I broke my bow. My bow is, this bow is done, unfortunately, and it is my fault to it. You know, it's a failure part on this, and it must have happened when I've fallen on it. I fell a few times on this bow. Obviously, I've fallen a lot of times on this bow, but you trip over a cypress knee and you go down and you slam this thing down, or you fall on it, or twice I've rolled over on it, and that had to be what happened. But I was hunting today, out hunting this morning, and I was hog hunting, and I saw a squirrel, one of those perfect opportunities for a squirrel that was right there. So I'm like, you know what? That guy's just begging for an arrow, 7 yards. Thump. I shot that squirrel, perfect. Squirrel goes down. I walk over, I lay my bow down, and I put that squirrel right here to take a picture, and I'm like, what is going on with my bow? And I noticed it. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So I don't know if it just happened. I don't know if I haven't paid attention to it and it was there for a little while. I don't know what happened to it at all, but we have a delamination here of this belly glass, but it's pretty unique. And again, this is why I say it's my fault. It's got to be my fault. But it is coming apart right here at this seam. Right there, I can click that and my fingernail clicks. And then, so you can actually, so you can see it's coming delaminated right here. Then on this side, you can see it's delaminating right there too. The whole thing, that whole piece of glass is coming off of there, right there, that's there. Then on top of that, there's a crack right here going through there, which again tells me that I have probably fallen on this bow, and that's probably what did it. I probably shocked it, and that's probably what ended up causing that to come apart. But either way, it is what it is, and you know, this happens. I've had two bows come apart on me in my entire life, both of them by world-renowned bowyers, like this one by Steve, and this is not Steve's fault. I've been shooting this bow nonstop, and remember, I hunt 365 days a year almost. I mean, I'm out there weekly all the time, not 365, I don't hunt every single day, but I'm out there year-round, and I'm also covered in DEET, I'm covered in chemicals, I'm sweaty, this thing's abused in the conditions, it's in humidity all the time. Imagine what this goes through for its life, what it does, and it's constantly moving brush, banging things. You guys know this stuff if you follow my Patreon channel. I am very hard on my bows, and like I said, I have fallen on this thing no less than a dozen times on the actual bow. So in my opinion, this is something that this is my fault that this bow is done. And it just is what it is. It's one of those kind of deals. Now, I'm actually meeting up with Steve Saturday. I'm going to go shoot with him at one of the Florida shoots. But I'm going to bring him this bow, and we'll see if he can do something with that. If he can. If not, that's fine. But a nice thing is I actually still have from back before. I have orders. I have two bow orders in with Steve that I've had in there for almost 2 years now. So I just kind of throw them on the back burner, and I'm not worried about them because I'm in no hurry for them. Well, now I might get to use them. I might just say, hey, I want to, you know, put me in there somewhere here. It's been a while. It's throw me in and make me a couple. So we'll see what I can do with that as well too. But this will not be something that I will let Steve pay for, even if he wanted to. You know, a lot of people will ask that. Well, he'll take care of that. He probably would if it was something that happened to him, to a normal person. To me, again, I know the abuse that I'm putting my bows through. I would never let him pay for this. I would never let him build me a new bow for free to cover this. I have been shooting this bow nonstop for 4 straight years, and I have put it through so much that I do not believe if it was going to fail, it would have failed a lot earlier if it was going to fail from glue or something like that. Not 4 years later after 50,000 shots and everything it's been through. This is, in my opinion, due to the fact that I have fallen on it a few times, and this is what made it come loose here. But we have a delam on this piece of glass right here. Like I said, that back glass. And that's not a place you would ever get a delamination at. Think about that. It would always be up here somewhere in the limbs. It would never be this place. This is just too weird of a spot to have that, and then to have a crack on the opposite side right here. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen from glue issues. Like I said, this is a failure on my part. So anyway, so this beautiful, beloved bow, we are going to give it to Steve anyway, and even if he can't fix it, I want him to use this grip to make sure that he builds my next bow with my other 2 bows that I'll have him make. I'm going to have him make me 2 bows, and we're probably going to go down just a smidge and wait for those, but I'm going to have him, I want him to be this exact grip. Why? Because that grip is the same as this grip and my other one. This is my first classic I ever got right here. And this has got that quilted maple, I think he calls it, limb veneers on here on this thing. And again, I've done videos on this many years ago, but this was the very first classic I ever got from him. And we're going back to shooting this puppy right here. And then I still have my second classic as my backup bow, so I have no worries. But I am, like I said, I'm going to cash in my chips there on those bow orders and have Steve build me 2 more. These are 57 pounds at 26 inches. I'm probably going to go for a 53. I'm probably going to shoot for 53 at 27 for these next 2. I bet my arrows will still work with that setup perfectly, and it's going to be a little lighter weights for me to use later on in life and be happy with it. So it's probably what I'm going to do. But so now we're back to this one, which is a exact clone of that bow. So I changed nothing. Now we haven't shot this yet. Let's see how it does. I brought some arrows out. This is still a string that's been on it for a few years. Like I said, I haven't done anything with this in a while. Once I had that bow, I stopped shooting my other one. So this bow hasn't been shot in a long time. Let's see how she does. Let's see what we're doing here. 18 yards. Let's see how she works. Feels good. And it shoots good. Look at that. Can't complain about that. Let's try another one. Feeling good already. Like I said, that's the beauty of buying clone bows. And when I buy these 2 bows from Steve, like I said, yes, I will pay full price. I will pay for them 100%. You know that, okay? I don't get any of that stuff for free. He is custom making these. I don't cash in any friendships. I don't, nothing like that. And like I said, even on that, I would never let him, even if he says, oh yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll build you a new one. No, you're not. You're not building me a new one for free. I don't even care if it was a fault of something. That bow has been used, rode hard, put away wet, and it served its purpose, and it did it flawlessly. 2 bows that I'm going to buy, and the reason I'll buy 2 is because I want one, and then I want the other one. I want everything the same, so I'm buying 2 clones at the same time. So they're going to be 2 53 pounders, 64 inch, same as these, just 3 pounds lighter, just because it makes me feel like I'm going a little lighter weight when I get older. That's the game plan. But same exact concept. Let's try another one of these here. Shooting pretty good. I can't complain about that. I mean, it's shooting pretty good. Let's try one in a deer. See how she does here. Look, I mean, that's not bad at all. I mean, I can't complain or argue about that one bit. She's rocking perfect. So we are 100% good to go, and we will be hunting tomorrow with this one, which, like I said, is the very first. Look, I still got squirrel hair in my judo right there. Still got squirrel hair in the judo. But that squirrel was officially the end of last thing that I shot with this bow was that squirrel. Now, that probably a blessing in disguise because, like I said, I'm going to a first 3D shoot that I have been in probably 20 years, 18 years, something like that, and I'm going down to do that in Florida, meet up with Donnie down there. Donnie Wilkerson builds the amazing quiver. He builds Creek Walker trading quivers, these amazing quivers. And but I'm going to meet up with him, and Steve is going to be down there as well too. So I'll meet up with Steve, and I would have been bringing this bow to shoot it. Had I not noticed that, it would have came apart on me right there to shoot, and you know, it would have been the only bow I brought. I wouldn't have brought another one, so it would have made me kind of probably pretty upset that I went on my first 3D shoot and bow would have busted apart. I'm assuming it would have. I'm assuming this is pretty recent. You can even see where the glass is coming apart here too, right there. Like I said, this whole lamination, I can see light almost through there. This whole thing is barely held on this section right here, and that crack on the front. Most likely from me falling on this bow. You're in the swamps and stuff, and this limb's caught sideways, this limb's caught sideways, and bam, I'm pushing down on it. You overstress that. I mean, that's got to be what I'm assuming has caused it. But I have zero fears, zero worries, and zero concerns. Why? Because it's been an incredible bow. It did its job flawlessly, and it let me beat and abuse it like I need to, and that's a beautiful thing. And it's, like I said, been incredible. I will, so if Steve, if he can't fix it, once he's done with all the measurements and that stuff, I'll probably take it back and I'll probably just hang that on a wall in my garage and let it sit there and just be pure beauty and remind me of the, you know, 100 or so animals that have fallen to this bow. Probably 100 animals have been down to this bow. This thing has been just a dream. So, but thought I'd share it with you. And the only reason I'm sharing it is because of the fact that you guys see this bow all the time, and I always get so many comments on it, on this particular bow. Now you're going to just start seeing this one, and I'm going to start hearing all the, did you get a new bow? Where's your other bow? Where's the one with the olive ash veneers? This is, this bow, like I said, I've had. This is the first one I ever got from them. but that's the reason I'm making a video, so people know that it's gone. You know, like I said, it is what it is, and I have no hard feelings towards this bow. It did its job absolutely phenomenal, and it served its purpose very well. So it's time for a couple new ones, and so I'm pretty excited about the fact to get some new ones. And as we see here, I'm pretty excited about shooting this one again. It feels really nice. I haven't touched it since I bought that one. I used to rotate this bow and the number 2 Classic, my other one. I didn't bring it out. I used to rotate those every year. I would shoot this one, then I would shoot that one. Once I got that bow, I just said, you know what? I love this bow. I love everything about this bow so much that I'm not going to rotate anymore. I'm just going to shoot this one nonstop every single day, period. And that's what I did for 4 straight years. And shot the snot out of it. And like I said, I'll bet it would still go for another 20 years without a problem, had it not been for just one. I'm assuming it's one of those falls where I caught this thing just the right way, and it just couldn't take my 180 pounds coming down on it too hard, and that's what did it. And that's what broke that loose on there. That's what I'm assuming. But so there you go. Little insight for you as to what's going on and why, yes, I did break my bow. If this was going to happen to a bow, it would have happened, you know, like a failure of a bow or a malfunction of a bow would have happened a long time ago. Like I said, 4 years of brutal conditions. And but it, you know, there it is. Down it goes. And that's the end of that story on that one. And thanks for watching.